Greetings, everyone. So in this module, we're going to talk about how to conceptualize a repeated measures ANOVA because there's a couple different ways to do it. And I'm going to share my screen with you here so you can see what it is that I'm talking about. This is the data set that we have in your tutorial in Blackboard. It is the desire to express worry study. In this case, it is the husband's willingness to express his worries to his wife at 4 different time periods. Time 1 is when you're just married, time 2 is at 5 years, time 3 is at 10 years, and time 4 is at 15 years. So notice then, our repeated measures is the same measure, the desire to express worry. It's a worry inventory, if you would. And each participant takes this 4 different times. So, just married, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So same measure, but our variable here is time. Now that's a little different conceptually from this one. This is going to be your homework assignment. And in your homework, we also have a repeated measure. But the repeated measure could still be viewed as time 1, time 2, time 3. But whereas there was a time difference in the first one, and what I mean by time difference, temporal difference, if you would, that 0, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, very easy to conceptualize. That's very consistent with previous understandings of repeated measures ANOVA, which was the most simplest version is the paired t-test or the dependent t-test, a pre-test and a post-test, for example. You have a period of time that goes between one or the other. But in this one, we're going to look at teacher stress in this data set. So what's being measured repeatedly? Teacher stress. But instead of it being across a temporal, like time passing, this is simultaneous. This is a teacher completing a stress inventory and asking the teacher, how stressed do you get with student issues? How stressed do you get with parent issues? How stressed do you get with administrative issues? So same stress inventory, could have like 15 items. And each teacher fills out their level of stress on the student, on student stress, on parent stress, and on administrator stress, how much they get stressed by each of these. So we see why this is a repeated measures. It's the same measure across time, but the time here is simultaneous. All right. A third example might be when we use different raters. For example, if I was using something like the child behavior checklist, and I give it to the student, the parent, and the teacher. Now I have 3 different raters on the same topic, the child's behavior, using the same tool. So this gives you a little bit of an understanding of how we conceptualize repeated measures. Repeated measures always has the same construct being measured across time, but time might be temporal, like pre-test, post-test follow-up. Time might be different raters filling it out simultaneously. Time might be the same participant across different prompts or different stimuli, but it's the same measure 3 different times. Hope that helps in understanding a repeated measures ANOVA.